Right, let's pull up the market level. Let's bring in another voice, this one on earnings that have come in from IIFL. And we have on the phone line with us Kapil Krishnan of India Infoline. Let's see what he's making of the numbers that have posted. Kapil, morning. Thanks for joining in.
Good morning.
How would you sum up the earnings last quarter?
Basically, we had a fairly healthy performance on a sequential basis because, as you know, the capital markets were fairly buoyant in the months of October and November, and that has led to quite a decent performance, I would say. And even the financing book has done very well. So overall, our revenue has been around 460 crores, which is up 35% on the previous quarter. And the profit after tax was 67 crores, which was up 24% on the previous quarter. So it's a fairly healthy performance.
And going into the next quarter, do you think these percentages will sustain?
Basically, in the second quarter, we had a fair amount of income from the IPOs as well. As you know, there were large IPOs of Coal India and Power Grid. So that also boosted the financing income, which is not likely to happen in the Q4. So that may have a slight dampening impact, but otherwise our financing book will continue to grow, and broking income will obviously depend on where the volumes pan out. So overall, we don't expect, because we are fairly diversified, we don't expect any severe impact.
Okay. So what segment of business has performed the best so far? And do you see that changing in terms of a pie in the next couple of quarters?
Basically, the financing income has done the best, and now it has, as a share of overall revenue also, it has slightly exceeded the broking revenue. But as I said, that was boosted by the IPO income. But see, the overall loan book, even excluding the IPO income, went up by around 500 crores, and it is now at around 3,000 crores. So we expect financing income to continue to grow at a very steady pace.
Okay. One notices a big jump in the interest expenses. The numbers here tell me it's a jump of about 170%. Talk us through what that is all about, Kapil.
Yes. See, the financing income also went up by around 100 crores, and the interest cost also went up sequentially by around 60 crores. So the increase in interest cost was also because of the borrowing that we did for the IPOs. IPO financing is why the interest cost went up. Apart from that, we also took long-term loans, which has been used to finance our mortgage lending business. So these were the two reasons why the interest cost went up.
Okay, so talking of the lending business, what is the mix of secured and unsecured loans right now?
Basically, around secured is 99%. We only lend against a security of either mortgage or securities. So 99% of our book is secured and fairly healthy. The NPA levels are very low at less than 0.5%. And of the overall share, about 53%, 52% was on account of mortgages, and the balance 48% was on account of the capital market loans.
Okay. Now, Kapil, in this last quarter, you've also had permissions being received from the UK, from the regulatory authority there for setting up business. Talk us through that and what kind of impact and when do you see on your earnings?
Yes, see, basically these are small seeds we are planting to grow our business on a long-term basis. They may not immediately start contributing to the revenues and the bottom line, but on a long-term basis, it is a very healthy development. And we are now basically licensed in USA, UK, and Dubai as well, and in Singapore also. We also have membership of the Colombo Stock Exchange. So the international operations are slowly gathering momentum, and we expect that in the longer term they will start contributing in a significant manner to the revenues and the bottom line. But it will not happen immediately.
Okay. Kapil, we'll leave it at that, but thank you very much for joining us. Kapil Krishnan of India Infoline talking about their results. Prakash, very quickly before we wrap up, one final thought from you. We've been trading for 45 minutes. What has changed for you?
Nothing has changed. It gives me a feeling that 5360 might just hold. Because seen a down move, targets on downside are achieved. Good place to bounce if it has to. If 5360 goes, change the view completely. So far, stay long.
All right, so far then, stay long on the markets, which right now are at 5413. With that, it's a wrap. Thank you very much for joining in.